Alright, I want to talk about something real quick. You get clarity by taking action. So, recently I actually watched an Instagram reel from a guy where he says that if you don't know what you want in life, or if you don't have clarity, you got to take action before you get clarity, before you have a direction what you want to do with your life. And I think I generally do believe that, because as I've done a lot of things in my life, like I'm currently 24, I travel a few places, I've worked with tourism boards, I've done like videography, travel. Bit of introduction, what I do is I'm actually like a travel photographer and videographer. And as I've taken action and start to know who I am as a person, such as the places I like to go to, the places I like to go to take photos and travel to, I start to realize what I really like and what I don't like. And the only way you actually figure this out is by just trying things that you haven't done before, or just trying things that you might find interesting. Because beforehand, right, I was always trying to find my why, such as find my purpose, why I want to do photography, why I want to do videography. There's a period in my life where I used to do comedy skits, and as I start doing these like activities and start trying a bunch of things, I start to realize what I like and what I don't like. And the only way you figure this out by just trying a bunch of stuff. Because the problem is, if you're always trying to find clarity and what you actually want to do without taking action, then you're just gonna sit around and nothing's gonna get done. Because the only way you actually know what you want to do is by trying things. Because when you try stuff, you get a bunch of feedback. You get a bunch of feedback. Alright, do I like this or do I don't like this? That's how you actually figure out what you actually really want to do. And the other day, right, I was thinking, do I like travel photography more or travel videography more? And I like both, because both is fun. Like I like making videos, but I also like photography. But then I have to really break it down what I really like. I have to break it down. What's something that I want to create like a business out of? Like, do I want to be known as a travel filmmaker or travel photographer? And as I think deeply, naturally my brain always gravitates to photography, because I think doing travel photography has been something I really gravitate to. Because even like when I first time thought about travel, I was like, I want to be a travel photographer, not a travel videographer. And as I started to think deeply, the reason why I was thinking doing travel videography, because of the rise of like, you know, social media, like short form content such as like Instagram Reels or YouTube. And these days, like a lot of my client works all want video content, and that's why I started learning video. And don't get me wrong, I like video, but over time, the direction I really want to go through is selling my travel photography artwork in galleries and sell my artwork for that way, when I start making like 50K a month. And the reason why I want to do that, because photography is a good way for me to express the photos I see with my own eyes, as a way to see what I capture, such as it's a good way for me to see the experiences, the people I've met, the journey in order to get that photo. Because so like when I take that photo, I can easily explain the story behind how I got there. Now, you're probably thinking like, can't you do that with video? Yes, I could do that with video, but at the same time, taking a photo, documenting it with a photo and showing it with a frame is so much easier to tell than a video. Because the video is that I don't always have time to take awesome videos to get there. Because I find if you want to be a top videographer, you have to feel like a filmmaker. And I find a lot of filmmakers, they're always trying to, you know, you gotta really intentionally think about it. Think about every shot to get the shot you want to get, if that makes sense. I don't know, I might be ranting off a little. But I still do video, but I'm doing video as a way to document my life. Such as I still want to do videography on YouTube to document the places I go, the things I go to. And the only reason I actually like video is because of the cinematography, the sound design. But I think I just generally prefer photos, because when you capture a banging image right on a photo, sometimes a story of a single frame tells a better story than a video does. Because sometimes like there's things where you take a banger video, but it's just not the same. That's why I believe that photos still will do well. But now people just don't see the rise of photography. But at the same time, the only way I'm only gonna build that brand reputation for my photography is telling my story, telling me why I do photography. That's the only way I can do it. Because if I can tell my story, the reason why, people fuck with it. Because most of the time when you buy someone's photography artwork, right, you buy it because of the artist, because of the photographer, right? That's the reason. And now I might be ranting off here, getting back to my point in terms of taking action to get clarity. The only reason why I only found that is through taking action, through going through experiences, such as human experiences I've met, the experience I went when I travel, the things I've done throughout my past, even the stuff I've done. And that's the only way you get that, by just taking action when you don't have clarity. For example, right? You know, sometimes you have that one friend who's always saying, oh, I'm open to do this, I'm open to do that. Which is, it's good that he's open, he has an open mindset. But then, you know, when you sometimes ask him what you want to do, they don't really have a direction what they want to do. Well, it gives me indication that they don't have enough clarity in terms of what they like and what they don't like, because they haven't tried stuff. And they haven't tried stuff. And sometimes when you have a friend who know what they like and what they don't like, are people who have tried stuff, because they actually know who they are as a person. So in order to know who you are as a person and have clarity, you have to take action. That's basically it. So yeah, that's what I really got to say. And if you like this video, consider liking and subscribing. I'm going to be posting more on this channel, which I have been, because the thing I like this channel is that I can say what the fuck I want, and it's a good way for me to improve my communication skills, because that's something I want to get better at, because I want to get to the point where I can talk like a god. So yeah, anyways, catch you in the next one. See ya, bye.